momentarily.
It will indeed. Trailer firing the...
Nine. 1B. 11. 1A. 1. 1B. 12. 1A. 40. 1B is the 8. Yep. Get that? 8. 1A, 9, 1, 40. 1B, 11, 12, and 8.
To the 5. Countdown has begun for Unlimited 1A.
All 3 boats in the water.
Yes, sir.
Rivertown Bar and Grill. 3 boats.
This one sponsored by Rivertown Bar and Grill. This will be interesting in a lot of different ways. All 3 drivers have been on this river before.
Yes.
2 of the 3 drivers have won here before. All 3 have been in competition here before. All 3 know this is not necessarily the best place to be on the inside. But it's how much of the dice do you want to roll how early in the day?
Well, to me, the old saying goes to mind, and I use a golf terminology, you can't win the tournament on Thursday, but you can lose it.
Same as the first corner.
Exactly. And also in Heat 1A, you can't win the Gold Cup in the first corner, but you can lose it.
But you can lose it. And you heard Jimmy Shane talk to Rob a little bit ago. Photographer, get your camera ready because that first turn is rough. You're going to see some boats in the air.
Yeah, and I would say, for the most part, they will, and I like to use the term tiptoe through that corner a lot. And I have a feeling that's probably going to be the case until we get to the final.
Well, and, bottom line is you want to be able to run at 5:30. We have 6 boats here. I will use the assumption very loosely that we'll run 4 and 2 trailers, 4 on the front line and 2 trailers. That is just an assumption. All things considered, everybody makes it, survives until the 5:30 final.
Yeah.
That being said, you can't run in the final unless you make it there, and you've got to keep it all in one piece. So back to your point, you can't win the Gold Cup in Heat 1, but, man, you can lose it, and you can lose it badly, not only for yourself, but other people if you try to do more than what you need to. And, again, always to remember in a situation like this, and I don't know how they've laid it out at drivers' meetings, but you want to be on the front row. You gotta assure yourself that. You don't want to start from the trailer position, but you actually have to survive the 3 elimination heats to get there.
Right. And to me, that's the most important thing on everybody's mind, because Jimmy Alston said, it's going to be exciting for the fans, but us drivers are going to have to use our heads.
Very much so. And, don't lose it in the first heat.
Right.
And it's always been my philosophy for heat number 1. Always, and this is a little different today because there's only 6 boats. When there's 10 or 11 or 12 boats that are participating and you eliminate boats from going in the final, this first set of heats is always the second most important heats of the weekend.
Yep.
If you score poorly here, your time, your effort to get to the final is going to be compromised.
Yeah.
If you score well here, you've set the day. You have set the tone for the day if you can score well in the first heat.
Yeah, and we've seen that in numerous times, whether it's at Detroit or Tri-Cities, and I'm not talking about the Gold Cup. You want to put yourself on the front row. If there's a 4 or 5 boat heat, again, this is not today, but if there is, if you win or then have a penalty and you go from 400 to 127 points, which is 5th place points.
Right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
1 to the 5. If you couldn't already hear that.
Rivertown Bar and Grill as the heat sponsor for Heat 1A here at the 2021 APBA Gold Cup, presented by Nucor of Madison. Or it's the Grand Prix America Series presented by Knighton Industry. So we'll see boats on the water here within the next minute. 3 boats. This will be 2 3-boat heats. It'll be 3 boat heats for the afternoon until we get to the final at 5:30. And then, of course, we'll run 1A and 1B for the Unlimiteds, run 2A and 2B for the Grand Prix America hulls. And everybody in the pit area working, Travis, knows it is going to be a quick, fast-paced day. You better be ready. You better be planning ahead, because it's not a day where we're going to wait for you.
Yeah, we're not going to wait. That's because we're going to go.
Yep.
We've got to go. 3, 2, 1, mark. 5 minutes, green flag on the course, and the boat should be able to leave the dock.
And with that, Dave Villwock will be the first one to spool up and leave the pit area in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. Stop freaking, call Beacon. Okay, Hill. And the Beacon Plumbing sponsorship.
Jimmy Shane and the Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank headed out as well. And Corey Peabody and the Pinnacle Peak Consulting, all 3 H1 Unlimiteds are up and running as we are at 4:15 before the start.
The question you asked me yesterday, and I was going to check, and I was just sitting here thinking about it as Corey Peabody gets up on plane. Last year, Dave Villwock raced before this year was 2014.
14.
Because him and Jimmy Shane had some issues.
At Tri-Cities in Seattle, I believe. Is that right?
You are correct.
Yeah. With the Elam boat that...
No, it would have been with Shoemaker's boat.
Shoemaker's boat. Yep. Dave Villwock cuts the Grand Prix course, headed from back to front. Jimmy Shane going to go all the way up into turn 2. 3:30 before the start as Villwock crosses the start-finish line. Corey Peabody is headed that way as well.
Headed up towards the bridge as Jimmy Shane is up in turn 2. Villwock in 1, Shane and Peabody up in 2, with now approaching 3 minutes to go before the start.
3 minutes right now.
I like this on the TV screen too.
Oh yes,
That's nice.
Mr. Tate told us it would be on there, and
that's fantastic. Jimmy Shane across the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Dave Villwock once again goes to the infield as Corey Peabody comes down across the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line, and then Dave Villwock will follow suit in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. Shane down in 1, Peabody just about to get to 1, and Villwock will go down to 1 as well.
Turn number 2, just past the Milton Madison Bridge.
So all 3 in the lower corner now headed up the backstretch. 2:20 before the start of Heat 1A.
I'm going to assume, and this is horrible to do, especially when you're trying to guess lane assignments for heat, what everybody wants to do.
Yeah.
I would assume most will want to go up underneath the bridge, although Villwock has not gone out underneath the bridge in this 5-minute period.
Not yet.
2 minutes to go.
Corey Peabody going to cut the course from back to front.
That's why it's not good to assume. Dave Villwock will
cut as well. 145.
So there's Villwock cutting the course. Shane will come out of 2 and come down the front straightaway. Peabody's going to go down into corner number 1. We are at 1.5 minutes, and he's a tad early as Corey Peabody. He will not be able to slough off enough speed. Shane is going to hustle down across the start-finish line. Peabody will have to go quickly up and cut through. Villwock is going way wide. He wants the outside lane.
He may have to still start out there.
Oh, that's right, from last weekend.
Because he only raced in 1 heat. He had to do it in 2. So
you're right. So Corey Peabody will cut through the infield, and he'll go down and join the cast and crew. Now he's going to cut the infield again and go over and join Jimmy Shane and Dave Villwock.
So Peabody will cut it again.
Shane will go to the buoy line. He's going to be on the inside. Peabody in 2, and Villwock will be on the outside. That's a great point.
Yep.
He only ran 1 heat at Gunnersville, so he's still got 1 more heat to go.
To start on the outside, we're at 40 seconds before the start. Of course, now that we go up under the start up under the Madison Milton Bridge, scrub off a little more speed than you could when we turned short of the bridge. So I think everybody's going to be okay. 27 seconds before the start.
20 seconds as they go through the turn 2 sequence. It'll be Shane off the turn first, Peabody off the turn second, Villwock trailing behind. We are at 8 seconds as they head down towards start finish. Jimmy Shane carrying a whole lot of boat speed down. 3, 2, 1. Good start right here, and Jimmy Shane will lead him across the start finish line. Shane, Peabody, Villwock, 1, 2, 3, down to that treacherous corner number 1. It'll be Jimmy Shane turning left first. Shane negotiates the turn, off the turn, and up the back stretch, and he'll hold the lead by about a rooster tail over Corey Peabody.
And it is Jimmy Shane in the U1, the Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank, in first place comfortably by about 2 rooster tails over Corey Peabody. Dave Villwock is in the rooster tail of Corey Peabody. I lost him for a minute. I couldn't see him as they head to the Madison Milton Bridge for the first time.
It'll be a 3-lapper. They're on lap number 1. Shane gets to the entrance pin of turn 2. He'll turn to the left and head down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Dave Villwock trying to track down Corey Peabody, and they're going to come out of corner 2 side by side. Peabody, Villwock side by side. Shane's moved over to the middle of the river. He's coming straight down towards the start-finish line. It'll be Jimmy Shane completing 1 with 2 more to go. 1 down, 2 to go for the Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street. Villwock will move over into Jimmy Shane's wake in second place. Corey Peabody in third. Villwock on the outside, Peabody on the inside, and they'll get to turn number 1.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Dave Villwock has tried to move over a little cleaner water. Peabody tiptoeing his way through the turn, trying to make up time. He's got the shorter way around, but Villwock still with about a rooster tail lead over Peabody for third. Jimmy Shane, no problems back to the front of the field, though, as he, as Tim mentioned, moved over to about lane 2 or 3 to get away from the pins. And the race right now is for second. It's all Jimmy Shane at the top end.
Jimmy Shane at the entrance pin of 2. He'll negotiate turn number 2 around the apex, around the exit pin. He'll tighten the turn up a little bit closer this time as Villwock and Peabody both enter turn number 2. It's Shane down underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. The white flag flying. 1 more lap to go in the Rivertown Bar and Grill, Heat 1A. Jimmy Shane will cross the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Down in second place will be Dave Villwock in the U40, the Beacon Plumbing, and he is all over the front straightaway, trying to get over in Jimmy Shane's wake. And now second or third to Corey Peabody in the Pinnacle Peak Consulting. Shane off the exit pin of turn number 1.
Yep, looks pretty nice, clean turn there for Jimmy Shane for the final time of this heat. Villwock, he makes it through all right as well. Peabody halfway through the turn now. Some pretty rough water down there. And he will exit turn 1 and head up the back straightaway. He's pretty much relegated to third. But it's all Jimmy Shane in the U1 Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank. 1 more turn to go for 400 big points.
Jimmy Shane up to corner number 2. He'll negotiate around the entrance pin. He'll go a little wider this time, Will Shane, off the exit pin as Dave Villwock gets to the entrance pin of turn 2 in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. Shane underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. Checkered flag flies. A good start for the U1. Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street. Jimmy Shane with a first place finish. Dave Villwock comes down the front straightaway. A nice run for the U40. Much better performance today than we saw last week. It's Dave Villwock in the Beacon Plumbing with second. Corey Peabody coming down underneath the bridge and towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. He will finish in third. All pending tech inspection.
Correct.
So it'll be the 1, the 40, the 9 if you're scoring, and write it in pencil until they pass tech inspection, until we get the final until we get the final word from H1 to make sure everybody's off or on the same page. So Heat 1A in the book for the 2021 APBA Gold Cup Madison Regatta. And we'll get interviews when the drivers get back to the pits. We'll step away and take a break and come back with more 2021 Gold Cup action. Madison Regatta presented by Nucor of Madison on Works 96.7.
Into the pit area, and followed by Villwock in the Beacon Plumbing and Toy Peabody as well. Looks like we're also getting ready, folks, for Heat 1B, presented by Rivertown Pizza. That's coming up here in just a matter of minutes. We'll go over that lineup here in just a moment. Both coming back into the pit area. Great way to begin the 2021 Madison.
We know how important a comfortable
The third vote will be the U12. That is Graham Trucking, driven by Andrew Tate. Again, we are just not all the way from Heat 1B. Again, a couple of boats already in the water. Looks like Jamie Nielsen, J&B's is getting, I'm trying to find out what exactly is going on here. 12:35, I believe, is 5 to the 5. So it looks like all the boats are in the water for Heat 1B. Then all the boats from 1A into the pit area now. Of course, right now, folks, after Heat 1A and 1B, we'll have some noise on the water as we will have Grand Prix America ready to go for Heats 2A and 2B. Of course, we saw a couple of heats for the Grand Prix yesterday.
And in the 2021 APBA Gold Cup, our own Rob Conant downstairs, he's got the winner unofficially of Heat 1A, Jimmy Shane, who had a fun ride in Heat 1A, I'm sure.
Yeah, let's ask him. Fun is how Tim Torrance just described it. How would you describe that run in Heat 1A?
I don't know if fun is the right word for me. Everybody else, I'm sure it was fun. Thank you. I had a great start. Jeff Bernard on my radios. We did the most testing out of any boat, in as much as we could get on the water, and I think it showed in the first heat. We were prepared, and so it showed on the start. I was able to get to the first turn. I want to get out in front and get above that choppy water and then control the course, and that's exactly what we did. So I'm looking forward to the next set of heats.
You mentioned Jeff Bernard is on the radio. You guys are sharing the U1 this season. He did a majority of the races down in Guntersville. You're doing the majority of the races here in Madison. But what has that been like here in 2021, sharing a boat with a teammate?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different perspective. It's a different configuration for a race team, but it's what we had to do. We have different goals this year just because of the way that the season played out. It was so much uncertainty at the beginning of the year how many races we were going to have. The main goal was to keep Jeff and I both qualified drivers because it's really hard to stay qualified in the Unlimited ranks. And so we accomplished the first goal with Jeff in Guntersville. We got really good points in Guntersville. We came out of that weekend second place in points. We're off to a good start here. I think I'm qualified for 3 more years now as an unlimited driver, so we accomplished that goal. So we're just going to move to the next goal, and hopefully that equates to winning a trophy this weekend.
There we go. Jimmy Shane, unofficially as of right now, the winner of Heat 1A. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Rob. And again, having some
Qualified
fun.
driver.
Qualified driver. Having some fun. I could describe it that way because
Absolutely.
I'm not sitting where he is.
No, absolutely.
So, fans give him a big wave as he comes up to sign an autograph. And I'm going to tell you what, Jimmy, you're going to sign one. You're going to get a big crowd there in about 2 minutes.
Say, see,
Here they come.
There they come.
Him here in Madison.
Absolutely. Jimmy.
As they did Steve David as well.
Oh, my gosh. You couldn't, really couldn't have asked for a better replacement for Steve David than Jimmy Shane.
I always called Steve David the unofficial mayor of Madison.
Well, Dr. Teeth.
Dr. Teeth, that's right. He had the smile and the wave and knew how to work a crowd indeed.
The defending Gold Cup champion,
right?
Jimmy Shane, with 4 to his credit, was asked the question a little bit ago by a few people I know.
Mm-hmm.
I think we mentioned yesterday, but I'm not entirely sure, Dave Villwock, driver of the 40, with 10 Unlimited Gold Cups.
Right.
Second only to one Lee Chip Hanauer.
Yeah, he's got a mere 11.
He's got 11. And 8 in a row, 7 in a row.
8, I think.
That's what I thought. So, Hanauer with 11 Gold Cups. Villwock with 10. Jimmy Shane with 4. Andrew Tate with 1. J. Michael Kelly with 1.
Yep.
How many did Muncie have?
I'll look.
Okay. You're kind of a big deal.
No. I have cheat sheets.
Yeah, I know you do. So,
because I'm not one of these guys that I got a 2-minute memory, so.
Well.
I'm old and old.
As the 9 back on the trailer with Corey Peabody. Heat 1A coming up. We'll have the 5 to the 5 countdown at 12:30.
Bill Muncie with 8.
So he's third.
Garwood, Dean Chenoweth, and Jimmy Shane both tied with 4 Gold Cup victories apiece. Caleb Bragg with 3 from 1923 to 27.
Oh, wow.
George Reese from 1917 to 37. Ron Musson, the great late Ron Musson, from 59 to 66 with 3. Tommy Deeth ran in the unlimited ranks from 73 to 91. He's got 3. And Jonathan Wainwright from 05 until 1908 with 3 as well.
So who has 5? Garwood?
Garwood.
With 5.
Yep.
So Jimmy would tie him for 4th if he were to win.
If he were to win.
If Dave Villwock were to win, he would tie Mr. Hanauer.
With 10.
With
or with
11.
With 11. Yeah, so, and I mean this thing,
it's pretty handy.
It's got some good stuff in it. And I like looking at all the old stuff because it helps refresh my memory from things that I maybe have seen but have since forgotten. Miss Madison Incorporated with 9 national titles in their history from 1961 through present day. They still trail Bernie Little
by a lot.
The Budweiser team with 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
They
were pretty good.
Slightly.
Owners with most race victories in history.
Bernie, easy.
136 for Bernie Little.
I don't think that'll ever be touched.
Madison in second place with 34.
Wow. 34.
Bill Muncie as an owner had 29. Joe and Lee Shaneth as owners had 29. Eric Elstrom as an owner had 28. Ole Bardall with 27.
Ole Bardall.
Dave Herensberger with 25. Fran Muncie with 24.
Dave Herensberger, most of those were in a 3-year period.
Ted Porter and Willard Rhodes, both tied with 18 victories as an owner. So,
today's history lesson.
So I told you yesterday, I'll take useless knowledge for 100, Alex. But I like kind of refreshing that, and I've got a lot of old history stuff from the Unlimiteds in my tote at home.
Right.
That's just piled in there that somebody, when I leave this earth, will inherit it and not know what to do with. When I tell the kids, you're going to get all this. When something happens to me, they kind of look at each other and go, well, you take it.
Yeah.
No, you take it.
No, you take it. No. Someone will take it.
Someone will take it, indeed. 3-boat heat coming up for Unlimited 1B.
We'll have the 8th, the Miss Tri-Cities with J. Michael Kelly. We'll have the 11, the J&Ds with Jamie Nielsen. And the 12, the Graham Trucking with Mr. Andrew Tate. So if you're scoring at home, again, unofficially, Heat 1A won by Jimmy Shane and the Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank with 400 points. Dave Villwock in the U40 Beacon Plumbing with 300. And third place to Corey Peabody. In the Pinnacle Peak Consulting, we'll get 225.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, 5 to the 5, 5 to the 5.
Inside 5 to the 5. Inside 10 minutes before the start of Heat 1B.
Wind still continues to howl a little bit.
A little stronger than it was during the last heat.
Yeah, it kind of comes and goes. It has today. It could, and as much as the breeze is good for those sitting along the bank, it could blow any direction but the one it's blowing out
Yeah,
of.
not so good for the guys out there.
No. And when I said Jimmy Shane was having fun in Heat 1A, I knew better than it was fun because I knew it was rough. And you mentioned it before the heat started, tiptoeing through the turn. And you tiptoe through the turn and you make it through the turn, and it's like one down. Rob Conant has got Dave Villwock. Rob?
Second place finish in Heat 1A for Dave Villwock. How would you assess that run?
It was good. We had to start on the out. We were told to do that, so we started there, just tried to make a safe run at the clock, and the rough water. Got to say that the Madison people did a good job, and the course looks a lot better than yesterday. So we got some points in the bank and trying to get to that final.
Dave, you're 67 years old. You have 67 career wins in H1. And it's been a few years since you've been here at Madison. What's it been like in your return?
It feels good. I mean, actually, the course is good. You know, the water's pretty good. Things are looking up.
And if you were to win another Gold Cup, that'd be 11. What would that mean to you?
It'd be a good place to do it, wouldn't it?
Okay. All right, we're getting ready for Heat 1B. Dave, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Good place to do it.
Good place to do it. Dave Villwock, never at a loss for words.
No.
No, he's a good guy, and people give him all kinds of the heck for this and that, and he and I have had some pretty good conversations sitting right here, and he's all right.
7:30 before the start of Heat 1B. I think Rob's got Jeff Bernard, I believe. And Rob,
Yep.
go right ahead.
All right, guys. Yeah, Jeff Bernard driving the Grand Prix this weekend, sharing duties this season with the U1. And we talked with Jimmy after the win that you were on the radio. We asked him what it was like to share a boat. I want to get your thoughts on what this 2021 season has been like sharing the U1 with Jimmy Shane.
Gunnersville, I thought, worked out perfect. You know, we went there with the plan of keeping us both qualified. So that was the reason of giving Jimmy heat there. We talked briefly about me getting a heat here, but we want to put our best foot forward and effort here in Madison to win, not only because it's Madison, but it's the Gold Cup. And to do that, we don't want to be switching drivers. I'm totally fine. I got the GP to drive and play with and radio, so I'm busy enough. There's no sense on doing that. Get Jimmy out there as many times as we can. Keep working on our timing marks. We tested more than anybody. The timing marks were great for Jimmy. He was the only one at the start, so it doesn't make sense for me to get in the boat. I just want to help win no matter how. So being on the radios, if I'm more valuable there, let's do it.
All right, Jeff Bernard, we're getting ready for Heat 1B. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Rob Conant. Again, Rob with Jeff Bernard, and it will be Heat 1B coming up in just a few minutes.
5:50 before the start.
Yep. Jeff Bernard signing an autograph, too. Should be an interesting Heat 1B, especially with the 12 and the 8.
Yeah, both J. Michael and Andrew both like the inside lane. And again, we go back to what we talked about before 1A. Lane 1 might not be the place to be, and you tell a great story that Steve David told you about the inside lane.
Yeah. I asked him before a final one year, you want the inside lane? He goes, ooh, maybe, but maybe not. But if I'm on the inside lane and I'm hauling butt all the way down to the first corner, I better be doggone sure when I turn left, I'm going to hold my lane all the way through, and I'm not 100% sure I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the inside lane is typically the place to go, but not always.
But not always. The U8, the Miss Tri-Cities, with J. Michael Kelly first to leave the dock, followed by the U11, J&Ds with Jamie Nielsen, and Andrew Tate, and the U12, Graham Trucking, all three Unlimiteds up and on plane for Heat 1B, coming up in 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
All right, boats down in the lower corner. J. Michael Kelly will lead them out of the corner and up the backstretch. And when you look at J. Michael Kelly, and one of the things that you think about is somebody very, and it's not that anybody else isn't, but he is very tactical for trying to get his timing marks to get the inside lane.
Very much so. See if anybody decides to cut, and that would be J. Michael Kelly. Will cut the Grand Prix course and head toward the start-finish line French straightaway. Andrew Tate and Jamie Nielsen going to go all the way up to turn 2.
Yeah. See if he'll go all the way down, or will he cut?
Nope, all the way.
Oh, he's going to go all the way down. Jamie Nielsen and Andrew Tate up in turn 2.
3:15 before the start.
So one boat going up the back stretch, 2 coming down the front straightaway towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Here comes Andrew Tate by start-finish now. And here comes Jamie Nielsen by start-finish now.
Another safety zone that I failed to mention prior to 1A. To the left, the Milton Madison Bridge, just to the west of it. All that infield space through turn number 2, and that space between there, you can't go in there.
Nielsen and just now getting ready to exit turn 1. Andrew Tate up the backstretch. We look toward the upper end of the course. J. Michael Kelly's decided to go all the way down to turn 2 and 2.5 before the start. And to wait and see if we're going to get another cut or 2. Andrew Tate, no. Jamie Nielsen, no.
Now everybody will go up and go through and come back down.
Yep.
So J. Michael Kelly going to have his choice of lanes unless somebody decides to leapfrog. Now JMK will pick up the pace coming down the front straightaway a little bit. Now he gets out of the throttle at 2 minutes to go before the start.
And is he going to cut?
He can't cut till down here.
Yeah, he's okay.
He turned left to go to the inside. So that answers that question.
Yeah, now he's going to cut to the backstretch.
Yeah, because he may be a little quick.
Yeah, I think he is.
So what will Andrew Tate do? Will he go on down? Yep, he's going to go on down.
At 1:35.
And I think Andrew Tate not in bad shape coming off the corner.
J. Michael's going to cut up here at the Grand Prix again. So J. Michael may have hurt himself on that one and may have to go to the outside.
Yeah, well, we're still at 1:20 to go. Of course, you've got a long backstretch to negotiate, so you can scrub off a lot of time if you're moving 80 miles an hour.
That's right. And plus, if J. Michael really wanted to, he could push the issue and get in front of Jamie Nielsen.
Yeah, he could. You're absolutely right.
mark. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Andrew Tate might be a tick early.
I think he is a tick early. J. Michael Kelly, he's flying up the backstretch. I think he might try to scoot over a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. Boy, Tate, he is early. And boy, J. Michael, I think he's a little early, too. Nielsen might be the best of the three.
Yep, at 40 seconds, and they're going under the bridge. Now Jamie Nielsen getting to the bridge right now to go under it. A half a minute to go before the start. They're really going to have to scrub some speed off.
Looks like Tate's going to be in 2. Yep. J. Michael's inside of him.
No, he's not.
Nope, he's not. Nope, you're right. 10 seconds. It's going to be close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, looks like a good start, and here Jamie Nielsen will lead him across.
Jamie Nielsen across start finish down to corner number 2. Nielsen in and out of the corner. He'll be first in, but it'll be a lot of red and black with the Graham Trucking. Andrew Tate off the corner first in the Graham Trucking and up the backstretch. Oh! J. Michael Kelly got in the rooster tail of Andrew Tate and went way up in the air. The boat's still upright, and he's still trying to keep it going. Jamie Nielsen in second. It'll be J. Michael Kelly that'll keep it running and keep going, but it'll be Andrew Tate underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. Goodness gracious.
Oh, my, a little bit like last week.
Yeah.
When Corey Peabody did the same thing down in Gunnersville, but Andrew Tate, he is in and out of turn number 2. There's Jamie Nielsen. Going into 2 now is J. Michael Kelly. Haven't heard anything on the H1 radio yet, so as of right now, we'll call it as it is on the course. It is Andrew Tate, Jamie Nielsen. They're going to have the 12 run an extra lap just in case.
Coming down third place now is J. Michael Kelly in the U8 Miss Tri-Cities. Looks like everything's still attached to his boat.
Yeah, I'll say I don't see anything unless I didn't look at the canard. But Andrew Tate, Jamie Nielsen still down just about a rooster tail behind. He's pedaling like crazy to try to catch up down the back straightaway. As the race is at the front of the field, J. Michael Kelly, he's trying as well after that mishap coming out of turn 1 on lap 1. But it is still Andrew Tate with the lead, followed by Nielsen and Kelly.
It'll be Andrew Tate getting up to corner number 2. Come down to get the white flag in this 3-lap elimination heat 1B. Tate in and out of corner 2, down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Nielsen will be off of corner number 2 as well. Jamie Nielsen keeping the pressure on Andrew Tate. Here's Tate coming down. He'll get the green flag, and it'll be the white flag for Jamie Nielsen.
Well, again, there's no penalty. They just told Andrew to run an extra lap. That's just what I heard. So Tate is still in the lead. He's in and out of turn number 1 right now. Looks pretty rough, but he negotiates it. Nielsen in second. Still looking for J. Michael Kelly. There he is, just completing his second lap. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, we'll call it as it is on the course. Tate, Nielsen, and Kelly just now getting into turn number 1. But back to the top.
Back to the top of the course, it is Andrew Tate. He stretched his lead out over Jamie Nielsen and the U11 J&Ds to about 2.5 rooster tails. Now Tate will get to the entrance pen right now. So it'll be Andrew Tate off the corner. He'll come down to get the white flag, and we'll have to sort out a little bit of confusion. They're going to have Andrew Tate run the extra lap, as you heard Travis mention, just for precautionary measures. On the water, it's Andrew Tate completing his 3rd lap, but he'll get the white flag. They'll bring the white back in, put the checkered flag out for Jamie Nielsen in the U11 J&Ds. J. Michael Kelly just now coming off corner 2, and he'll come across the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line to get the checkered flag as well. It'll be the Miss Tri-Cities in J. Michael Kelly, Andrew Tate.
He's got the canard, so it doesn't look like anything. Doesn't look hurt on the boat.
Andrew Tate up the backstretch, and he'll finish his final lap. He'll just run an extra one for precaution. Again, On the water, it's the 12, the 11, and the 8. And we'll check with the officials to see how they make if there indeed is a call, and I'll be anxious to see the overhead video of how that one panned out. Because you're right, that almost was a mirror of what we saw in Guntersville.
Yep, last week.
Andrew Tate will now come down, and he'll get the checkered flag to complete Heat 1B. Andrew Tate across the start-finish right now. He'll complete Heat 1B.
Jordan, I was watching the drone shot provided by H1 Unlimited. Everybody seemed to have a good spacing.
So 1B in the book unofficially. We'll sort out if there's a penalty or not. We'll step away and come back with more coverage of the 2021 APBA Gold Cup Madison Regatta presented by Nucor of Madison here on Works 96.7.
Kubota tractors, Skag Zero turns, Country Clipper joystick control. What do these have in common?
And again, we will have to wait and see, but there is right now the game being driven by Jamie Hilton, the U11, the unofficial winner of this race in Heat 1B presented by Rivertown Pizza. Again, we don't know for sure yet what the official is. They had Andrew Tate run an extra lap because of a possible penalty. So it could be, if there is none, it could be Andrew Tate is declared the winner. We have to wait and see.
Thank you very much, Jordan Bear, and great job monitoring the radios on that. And as we mentioned during the race, that is normal protocol from H1 Unlimited. If they think there's a violation in jeopardy or suspect, they do make the driver that is in question run a precautionary extra lap. So, Rivertown Pizza, Unlimited 1B, a little bit of controversy. We can't slice up that meat lovers yet at Rivertown Pizza.
No, we can't. There's great pizza there. And if they want to bring us up, I won't complain either. But a big thank you to them for sponsoring Heat 1B. We have so many great sponsors for every single one of our heats. Fans, are you enjoying the racing so far? Oh, my.
Announcement for our fans along the shoreline. I just spoke to Chief Referee Don Malello with Grand Prix America presented by Nike Industries. Those boats are being lowered into the water for 2A and 2B. Their heat races yesterday, Jordan, were 4 laps. They've elected today to shorten those to 3-lap heats due to a little bit of rougher water. And also, too, there's still some hidden debris underneath that Ohio River, and it's just for a safety measure only, but they're indicating when they go racing in their final later this afternoon at 5 o'clock, it'll be the full tilt 4-lap final.
Exactly. You know, we understand that. There's always going to be, I hate to tell people that, in the Ohio River, always going to be some debris hidden in this river, but you know what? Such a great job by the river crew and everyone to make sure, try to get this cleared up. And, you know, it's been a long, busy weekend, Jeff, but we have seen racing on the water. We've got a lot more to go in here. Again, fans, we are still waiting for official word on anything. We have not been given anything from H1.
Pause again or record?
Yeah, no, hit pause again.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll figure it out one of these days.
That's all right. You're learning. Back at the Ohio River at the Super Shine Auto Detailing and Window Tinting broadcast location on the west side of the judges stand. Tim Torrance, Travis Calvert, Heat 1B in the book. Still trying to sort out who our official winner was. That will take a few minutes to do that until they look at some film, and there are some great angles to look at the situation down in turn 1. So we will see what we will see once they make the decision, whether it will be Andrew Tate or Jamie Nielsen as your winner. Jamie Nielsen with a great start in Heat 1B.
Absolutely. Had the outside lane and was able to lead him across and kind of stayed away from the trouble on the inside. That was on the inside of him. Now, as they bring the 8 out of the water, don't see anything really wrong with the boat.
No? Oh, not essentially.
No, not really. Canard intact, no holes in sponsons.
Well, fortunately, when he rode the rooster tail, it rode it up soft and came down a little soft.
Yeah.
Now, I say soft. May have been a little harder than that, but main point was he came down right side up, because a lot of times when you ride up one side of a rooster tail, you come down and pretty much barrel roll going down the other side. So thank goodness that J. Michael Kelly came down right side up and was able to go and finish the heat. We'll see at what point and what place he will finish once they sort this out. Of course, they'll put all the ping pong balls in a hat and they'll draw them out again for heats 2A and 2B, getting ready for our Grand Prix heat. Grand Prix heat, this will be what, 3A? 3A and 3B for the Grand Prix coming up.
YPZ 633.
Nope, this will be green. Yeah, well, Grand Prix heat
You're parked in the wrong spot.
coming up. Yep, Grand Prix heat 2A and 2B, excuse me. The GP7, the GP14, and the GP15. I skipped ahead of myself. Followed by a GP2B will be the GP20, the GP35, the GP79, and the GP777. Rob Connett is downstairs with J. Michael Kelly. Rob?
J. Michael, scary situation from our end. What was it like in the cockpit for you?
I mean, honestly, I thought I was upside down, and came down and still running. Hard to say what happened. I felt like we had a nice arc going through there, but I don't want to accuse anybody of anything until I see footage. But I felt like my lane, that the inside boat kind of came out, and but it was hard to tell because nothing but water and stuff. But until you see the overhead shot or any video, you can't really. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it looks like the boat is all in one piece. Might have to change a few parts, but it could have been a lot worse.
I was going to ask, could you see or feel any damage when you completed the run?
No, I got my foot back in it, and I was going to try to chase them down, but first heat of the day, it's just kind of like, get through, get the points. We finished, so we'll see. Maybe we'll walk away with the second place finish still. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But it is what it is. We finished. We got points. We're here. We're racing in front of a great group of fans and stuff like that. So just good to be racing again.
Glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
J. Michael Kelly down with Rob Connett, and we did get the official word. It is a good heat.
No penalty.
They'll finish as they were on the water, so the winner will be the U12, the Graham Trucking with Andrew Tate. Second place to Jamie Nielsen in the U11 J&Ds. Third place to J. Michael Kelly in the U8 Miss Tri-Cities. So
J. Michael Kelly and Andrew Tate talk about it.
Yep.
I'll do whatever you need me to do.
You take it and run with it, and I'll be right back.
All right. So unofficially still, officially but unofficial, 1B, won by Andrew Tate and the U12. Second place again to Jamie Nielsen. As Andrew and J. Michael talk about it and shake hands and everything good. And looks like Rob's going to talk with the winner of Heat 1B, Andrew Tate. Rob?
That's right. They are declaring Andrew the winner of Heat 1B. You just got done talking to J. Michael Kelly and explaining what happened there. What did you tell J. Michael?
Oh, I just told him that I didn't think I had done anything wrong. I wanted to make sure that we were okay. We have a respect for each other. It's the first heat of a long weekend, a long day, really. And no one wants to go out there and bust up equipment. We're all trying to get points and get to the final. So we're good. We cleared the air. We're going to go watch the video and find out exactly what happened whenever we get a lull in the action. And and hopefully someone can learn something. So onward and forward to the next one.
All right. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. That's Andrew Tate and Rob Connett, the winner of Heat 1B, and cleared the air with J. Michael Kelly, and they're in good shape. And
Welcome back to Madison, Indiana.
they will, again, move on to Heat 2A and 2B coming up a little later on this afternoon. Grand Prix Heat 2A coming up here shortly. Haven't gotten a countdown started yet, but when we do, it'll be lane 1 with Greg Hopp in the GP15. In lane 2, the 14 with Brandon Kennedy. And in lane 3 will be the 7. And today be driven by one John Grigg. Mark Webber drove that boat yesterday. John Grigg going to drive that boat today. Heat 2B for the GPs coming up a little later on as well. We'll have the 35 with Bobby Kennedy in lane 1. The 79 with Jeff Bernard in lane 2. The 777 with Andrew Tate in lane 3. And on the outside, the 20 in lane 4 with Ed Preston. So one set of heats yesterday for the GPs. One set of heats this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, for the Unlimiteds, as a full day of racing action will continue here on the Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse for the 2021 Madison Regatta, sponsored by Nucor, and also the 111th running of the APBA Gold Cup will be presented here today as well. Andrew Tate signing a few autographs over here to my right.